Hi, my name is Jordan, and I have a question about reproductive justice. Access to reproductive health care and access to contraception are important factors in determining a woman's economic security. As a governor, will you agree to veto bills that needlessly restrict a woman's right to make her own health care decisions? And will you vocally support and sign legislation that protects access to reproductive health care, including safe and legal abortion?
Was that clear?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great. So, Clay? The question is, as governor, will you agree to veto bills that restrict a woman's right to choose, use your veto power to protect a woman's right to make her own health care decisions, and will you vocally support and sign legislation that protects access to reproductive health care, including safe and legal abortion? Clay?
Yes, I will. I will veto any restrictions on a woman's right to choose and a woman's right to reproductive health care. And I will absolutely support protections for women in their health care and their decisions. I think that this is a question, as Jordan pointed out, about the ability to participate in the workforce. It's a question of justice. And I think it's something which is really important on a national level as well. Across this country, governors and state legislatures are leading an assault on women's rights. And I think it's really important that Rhode Island stand up and stand up strong, and that we be a voice that we here will protect women and their rights to reproductive justice.
Thank you. Gina?
Yes, thank you. Yes, I would. I have been a proponent of pro-choice. I'm proud to have been endorsed by Emily's List in this campaign for governor, and I have, throughout my career and in public service, been a supporter of a woman's right to choose. It is between a woman and her physician to make the decisions that are right for her and her family, and it's important that we protect that, and further to ensure that all women, regardless of economic status, have access to affordable health care.
Thank you. Angel?
Yes, I would veto any legislation that restricts a woman's right to choose. And I was proud to testify on behalf of Planned Parenthood at the State House to make sure that as legislators are making decisions, they understand how important it is to protect a woman's right to choose. I think it's also very, very important that we implement the Affordable Care Act, and we recognize that lower-income women need access to health care, that any health plan also have a full range of options for a woman to make a decision about her future. So that's very important to me as well, because I think there's an effort going on across the country to limit rights in different ways, and I think we can't do that. We need to make sure that they have a good health care plan, and in addition, that you can make your own reproductive decisions.
Thank you. Ken?
The question of abortion is settled federal law. The Supreme Court has weighed in, and I have no interest in challenging or changing that law here at the state level in any way, shape, or form. As far as affordability of health care, we all need affordable health care, and what we don't have right now is affordable health care. As a small business owner in this state, the gigantic increase in cost that I've had to absorb with health care just about makes it unaffordable. So for me to buy the families in my office the insurance that they need. We have a real problem in this state. We have a problem. We have an economic problem. We have a problem where if we don't resurrect our economy, if we don't bring jobs back to our economy, we are going to have increasingly hard time paying for all of the social service programs that we want to pay for. What's really been left out of the conversation tonight so far is how we turn our economy around. I look forward to being able to address that for you soon, I hope.
Thank you. Allan?
I do also similarly support a woman's right to choose, and I wouldn't do anything to change the existing law of the land. However, I want to pick up on what a couple of my colleagues on the panel had indicated about choice. That choice, when you talk about the healthcare exchange, and if we do decide whether or not we're going to continue to keep the exchange or not because of the cost factor, I would personally support an option on that exchange that doesn't just force you know, for all women, that option of, you know, choice, I would sort of support a range where it doesn't have that option for those women that would want to protect and have an ability not to support an abortion if they, you know, so not to choose, just to keep the full range of options available.
And Todd?
Women give birth to the world. A man does not bear a child into this world. Women, you have a right to choose. In America today, you have a right to choose, and your baby has a right to life. So I can only share a personal story and say, my girlfriend in college had an abortion without telling me, and it left a very large impact on my life. I don't have a legislative agenda. There are some that say I may be the first pro-life candidate in the race, and it's difficult to wear that because it's attached to so much violence in this country and so much turmoil. I can only share my personal story with you, that I will not interfere with a woman's right to choose, and I will support that legislation as is. But just please understand that's my personal story and how this affected my choices in life. Thank you.
Thank you.